Emma couldn't think straight for the rest of the morning. Every time she tried to focus on a file, her mind flashed back to the picture taken from her apartment window. Her safe place wasn't safe anymore, and the way Ethan had reacted, protective, furious, shaken, made everything inside her swirl in ways she wasn't ready for. By noon, Ethan showed up at her desk again. "We're leaving," he said quietly. Emma blinked. "Leaving? We're somewhere private. Somewhere we won't be watched." She hesitated. "Like where?" Ethan leaned closer, too close, his voice barely a whisper. "Anywhere but here." Emma felt her pulse kick, but she grabbed her bag and followed him. The company's underground garage was cold, echoing, quiet, too quiet. Ethan walked beside her, shoulders tense, eyes scanning everything like he expected someone to jump out. Halfway to her car, Emma felt it, a presence cold. Watching, she slowed. "Ethan, someone's here." He stopped, instantly. "Where?" Emma pointed to the far corner, shadows thick, lights flickering. For a second, she thought she imagined it. Then she saw him, a man, standing completely still, face hidden under a hoodie, not moving, not speaking, just watching. Emma's breath hitched. "Ethan, I see him," Ethan said, stepping slightly in front of her. "Stay behind me." The man took a slow step forward, then another. Emma grabbed Ethan's arm without thinking. The man stopped only when he reached the light, but still kept his head down. Ethan's voice dropped, dangerously calm. "Do you want something?" No answer. Emma felt chills crawl up her spine. Then the man lifted his head just enough for them to see his mouth curve into a slow, unnatural smile. And he whispered, "You shouldn't look at the Orion files." Emma's blood ran cold. Ethan stepped forward, protective instinct kicking in hard. "Who are you?" The man tilted his head. "Oh, Ethan," he said, still smiling. "You already know me." Emma's breath froze. Ethan stiffened like he recognized something in the voice. But before he could take another step, the man turned and sprinted toward the exit. Ethan cursed and ran after him. "Ethan, wait," Emma called. But the man was fast, almost too fast. He reached the emergency door, slammed it open, a loud alarm blared. Ethan reached the door seconds later, but by the time he got outside, the man had vanished, gaunt like smoke. Ethan walked back toward Emma, furious, breath sharp. "Damn it," he muttered. He knew the codes, he knew the layout, he knew how to disappear. Emma's voice shook. "He said, you already know him." Ethan rubbed the back of his neck, frustrated. "I don't recognize the voice." But he had clearance. "He's someone inside this company." Emma swallowed hard. "Dylan." Ethan hesitated. "It could be. But Dylan doesn't move like that." Emma sat on the hood of her car, hands trembling. Ethan stepped in front of her and gently took her wrists. Hey, look at me." She looked up. His eyes softened instantly, anger fading into concern. "You're safe," he said. "I won't let him touch you," Emma whispered. "Why is he after me?" Ethan's jaw flexed. "Because you're smart. Because you found something in that Orion folder they didn't want anyone seeing. And because," he paused, eyes dropping to her lips for just a fraction of a second. "You matter more than you realize." Emma felt heat rise up her neck. "Ethan," he let go of her wrists, slowly, fingers lingering longer than they should have. "We're done investigating alone," he said. "From now on, you stay with me." Emma blinked. "What do you mean with you?" Ethan's expression didn't waver. "I mean wherever you go, I go. You won't be alone again." Emma swallowed. "And if I say no?" He stepped even closer. "Then I follow you anyway." Her breath caught. This man, this dangerous, impossible man. A car door slammed on the other side of the garage. Emma jumped. Ethan immediately put his hand on her lower back. "Let's get out of here," he murmured. They walked to his car instead of hers. As he opened the passenger door for her, Emma asked quietly, "Ethan, where are we going?" He looked at her, something dark, protective, and undeniably personal in his eyes. "To the one place they won't dare follow," he said softly. Emma's heart pounded. "And that is?" Ethan held her gaze. "My place." Emma didn't know what scared her more, the man in the garage, or the fact that she felt safer with Ethan than she'd felt anywhere else. The drive to his apartment was silent, not awkward, just heavy, charged. Ethan gripped the steering wheel like he was holding back a storm. When they finally pulled into the underground parking of his building, Emma felt her heart thump. This wasn't casual. This wasn't work. This was personal. Ethan walked around to open her door, protective, controlled, his eyes scanning every corner of the garage before letting her step out. "Second floor," he said quietly. "No one knows I live here. Not even the department heads." Emma swallowed. "That's comforting." Actually, he gave a faint smirk, the first soft expression she'd seen all day. Upstairs, Ethan unlocked his apartment. The moment the door opened, Emma froze. It wasn't messy, it wasn't chaotic. It was minimal, controlled, quiet. Walls lined with books, a few framed photographs, mostly landscapes, a sleek desk setup, and a large window overlooking the city. "This is where you live," she whispered. Ethan shrugged lightly. "Home is just a place to recharge, nothing more." Emma stepped inside. It smelled like clean air and cedar. Everything was in order, almost too in order. She turned to him. "You don't bring people here often, do you?" Ethan locked the door behind them and said softly, "I don't bring anyone here." Her breath caught. Before she could respond, he walked past her and pulled out his laptop. "We need to talk about Orion." Emma's stomach tightened. "What did you find?" Ethan opened the files again, the ones someone tried so hard to hide. Money transfers, dummy accounts, fake hires. Someone has been siphoning funds for years. "But look at this." He clicked one more file. A scanned document appeared. Emma leaned closer, then froze. It was her signature, on a contract she had never seen. "What?" "Ethan, I didn't sign this." "I know," he said, jaw tight. "Someone forged your signature." And not just once. He opened more files. Project Orion, vendor payouts, security requests, all signed Emma Carter. Her blood ran cold. "Ethan, someone is framing me." "Yes," he said calmly. "And they planned it long before the elevator incident." Emma backed away slowly, chest tight. This wasn't just stalking. This was a setup. "But why me?" she whispered. Ethan shut the laptop hard. "Because you're new, sharp, easy to isolate, and because someone in this company underestimated you." His voice deepened. "And they didn't expect you to have me on your side." Emma looked at him, really looked at him. His protectiveness, his danger, his loyalty that was starting to look personal. She barely whispered, "Ethan, why are you helping me like this? This is more than a boss protecting an employee." He took a slow step toward her, then another, until they were inches apart. "I know," he said quietly. "It stopped being just work the moment I heard your voice trapped in that elevator." Emma's pulse jumped. His hand lifted slow, hesitant, brushing a loose strand of hair behind her ear. "I tried to keep my distance," he murmured. "I really did." Emma's breath hitched. "Ethan," his voice dropped, soft, raw, honest. "But someone went after you, and I realized I'd rather break every rule in this company than lose you." Emma felt warmth spread through her body, shaking her knees. She didn't know what to say, but she didn't need to, because Ethan suddenly froze. His expression sharpened. "Emma," he said quietly, "don't move." Her heart slammed. "What? Why?" Ethan didn't answer. He stepped past her and approached his front door. Something lay on the floor, pushed under the gap, a single white envelope. Ethan picked it up slowly, opened it. Emma watched his face lose all color. "Ethan, what is it?" He handed her the paper inside. Emma unfolded it with trembling hands. It wasn't a letter, it was a photo of her, standing in Ethan's apartment doorway just 10 seconds ago. The picture was taken from the hallway, and written across the bottom in red ink, "She looks better next to you." Emma felt her soul drop. Ethan grabbed her arms, grounding her instantly. His voice was sharp, deadly controlled. "He's here." Emma's voice broke. "Ethan, what do we do?" Ethan locked the door, bolted it twice, and pulled her against his chest. "We stop playing defense," he whispered into her hair. "Now we hunt him." Ethan didn't let go of Emma for a long moment. She felt his heartbeat fast, tight, controlled rage under the surface. Not fear, rage. When he finally pulled back, his eyes were no longer warm. They were dangerous. "We're not safe here anymore," Ethan said. "If he took that picture from the hallway, he was right outside my door." Emma swallowed hard. "Ethan, how did he even know where you live?" Ethan clenched his jaw. "That's the problem. No one knows. No one. Not even my closest staff." Emma stepped back, nerves firing. "So someone in the company knows your routines, your habits, maybe your schedule." Ethan nodded slowly. "Which narrows it down." He grabbed his phone and pulled up a screen Emma hadn't seen before. A private security dashboard. Emma's eyes widened. You have cameras in your building. Only in the shared areas, he said. Not inside my unit. But if that guy walked in the front door, I'll see it. Ethan tapped into the footage. Emma leaned beside him, shoulder brushing her whole body tense. But before the footage even loaded, Ethan froze. His finger hovered over the screen. No. Damn it. Emma's voice trembled. What? Ethan pinched the bridge of his nose. Every camera in this building's first floor is offline. Emma felt chills run down her back. Offline, like disabled. Disabled the same way your office floor cameras were that night, Emma whispered. He's following your moves. The same way he's following mine. Ethan didn't answer, which was an answer in itself. He stepped away from the laptop and paced once, twice, then turned to her. Emma, tell me every single person you've spoken to in the last 2 weeks, even casually. Emma blinked. What? Because someone inside the company wants you framed, and someone else wants you scared. We need to figure out which is which. Emma rubbed her hands together, thinking, well, Dylan. Obviously, Ethan nodded slowly. Who else? Marissa from HR asked if I needed help printing something 2 days ago. Ethan's jaw tightened. Go on. Raphael in IT said my computer needed a minor update. Did he come near your desk? Ethan asked sharply. Why, yes. He installed something. Ethan cursed under his breath. That's 2 with direct access to your devices. Emma's pulse picked up, and yesterday, the accounting assistant, Laura, said someone requested copies of my ID documents. I thought it was normal onboarding stuff. Ethan cut her off, eyes widening. What? Which documents? Emma frowned, confused. Just my ID, my signature file, my address verification. Ethan's voice sharpened like a knife. Emma, that's how they forged your signature. Emma froze. Oh my God, she whispered. Laura gave it to them. Ethan shook his head. Or someone told Laura to request it. Emma felt sick. Someone in that office had been building this trap around her, piece by piece. Ethan, who do you think it is? He didn't answer at first. He looked at her with something like fear, not for himself. For her. Emma, he said quietly. There's something I didn't tell you. Her throat tightened. What? Ethan exhaled slowly. Project Orion wasn't just a slush fund. It was used to purchase access keys. High-level ones. Ones only someone on the executive team could authorize. Emma stared at him, dread growing. Ethan, you mean? Yes, he said. It means someone on the executive team is involved. Emma's stomach flipped. Who? She whispered. Ethan walked to his desk, opened a locked drawer, and pulled out a thin folder. Inside were pictures. Photos of people on the leadership board. Emma recognized them, all except one. Ethan placed his finger on the photo of a man with cold eyes and a stiff smile. His name is Marcus Hale, Ethan said quietly. Emma frowned. I've never met him. You wouldn't, Ethan said. He works remote most weeks, but he handles vendor budgets and access approvals. Emma's heart dropped. Is he the one in the garage? Ethan shook his head. No, Marcus is too tall, and he walks with a limp. The man in the garage wasn't him. Emma felt cold. So there are 2 people. Ethan looked at her, eyes haunted. That's my fear. Before Emma could say another word, something vibrated on the table. Ethan's phone. He picked it up and froze. Emma felt panic rise. What is it? Ethan slowly handed her the screen. It was a message from an unknown number. Just 3 words. Check your window. Emma's blood ran cold. Ethan turned instantly toward the large glass window facing the city, and his entire body went rigid. Emma, he whispered, stay behind me. Emma stepped closer and looked past him, and her breath snapped in her throat. Across the street, in the building opposite Ethan S.'s apartment, on the 17th floor, someone was standing at the window. Not moving, not hiding, just staring directly at them. A man, hood up, face shadowed, body perfectly still. Watching Emma, watching Ethan, watching both of them. Then slowly, very slowly, he raised his hand and tapped the glass. Once, twice, 3 times. Emma grabbed Ethan's arm. Ethan, please. What do we do? Ethan pulled her close, voice deadly calm. We end this. Emma swallowed hard. How? We don't know who he is. Ethan exhaled sharply. No, he said. But I know who his message came from. Emma froze. What? Ethan turned toward her and said the first real answer she never expected.